Hello dear hiking and backpacking friends, I'm Hendrik and today I want to take a look at the Osprey Exos 48 backpack. Osprey's newest lightweight backpack that comes in a male and in a female model. Let's dive right in. Before I dive right into the specs and features of this backpack and how I like it, I want to disclose that I got paid to write this article and make this video, but that did not have any influence on my judgment, and I am free to say about this backpack what I want, be positive or negative. So now we can dive right in and look at the features of this backpack. This year Osprey decided to launch the Exos as a male model, that's this over here, and as a female model, that's the Eja, which my wife has at home and which she also liked a lot. The Exos comes in 3 different volumes. That's in 38 liters, which is more like for overnighter or day trips. Then it's 48, which is over here, which I can use for around a week of backpacking. And then there's a 58 liter version, which I think is really good if you want to do something more than just backpacking. For example, if you also go pack rafting, then you can fit the extra pack rafting gear also in there together with your backpacking gear and your food and drinks. Now, earlier in the year, I reviewed the Osprey Levity, and that is a fantastic ultralight bag. It's almost half the weight of this one over here, but I do think that I actually like this one a little bit better. Now that has 2 reasons. This backpack is really affordable. The recommended retail price for the Osprey Exos 48 over here is around 170 euros, but you're easily able to find this pack for 145 euros or less. There's going to be links in the description underneath that are affiliate links. That means if you purchase via these links, I will get a little bit of a kickback at no extra cost to you, and that helps me to maintain this channel. I think this backpack, being so affordable in comparison with other lightweight backpacks, is one of its biggest advantages. The other one is that it is really easy to go and try on an Osprey Exos backpack. Osprey has a very good retailer network, and it's very convenient to walk into a store, try on this backpack in the right size and see if it fits you and how it feels. For anyone that's interested in lightweight or ultralight backpacking, the weight is a really important factor in purchase, and that's also for me like that. So the Osprey Exos 48 over here, that's a size large backpack, and it weighs on my scales empty with the lid 1,185 grams. If you take off the lid, that is 120 grams less, so then it is around 1,060 grams for the empty backpack with this flap on top. So the Osprey Exos has a 1000 denier high tenacity nylon, which means it is really durable, so you can take this backpack bushwhacking through really dense forests, or you can go scrambling up a mountain with it, and you don't need to be afraid that the pack will rip open if it gets caught on some rock or something like that. Another feature this backpack is very well known for is its airspeed mesh back panel. It is around 6 meters deep at the widest point, which means even fully loaded, the interior of the backpack will not be able to touch my back, which I found very comfortable, and I think in very warm weather this is an excellent backpack to carry. Also, the Exofoam shoulder straps and hip belt has been really comfortable, and I really enjoyed carrying this bag, even if it was pretty heavily loaded, as we started our backpacking trip in the Pyrenees with around 15 to 18 kilograms, and that's just simply because I carry around 6 kilograms of camera gear with me when I go into the mountains. Here in the front of the backpack you have one ice axe loop where you can attach one of your tools if you need that on one of your hikes, for example if you pass a glacier or a high, very hard snow field. And then of course you have this very stretchy and really large front mesh pocket, which I found can take quite a lot of gear. I was able to fit both my hard shell jacket and pants in here, and then still some empty pouches from my trekking food. So this really takes a lot of stuff. The Exos has on both sides very good and stretchy mesh side pockets that are easy to access with the backpack on. So over here I have my Kopilka kuksa and on the other side I have a water bottle and my bee-free water filter, and these are around 2 liters in size, so they really can fit a lot of gear inside of these. If you like to use a hydration system when you're out backpacking and not bottles like me, then you can carry your hydration system on the inside. There's a sleeve for it, or you can connect it with the Osprey clip, and then you have an exit over here where you can get your water hose out and you can connect it to your shoulder strap so that you have easy access to it. One of the things that the original Exos was very famous for when it came out several years ago was the stow on the go tracking pole attachment system. I didn't bring a tracking pole, but I do think this stick will show what the idea behind it is. So you take your tracking pole, the top part where your handle is, you put through over here, and then the basket goes through here. Then you just pull the string, and then the tracking poles are stowed out of the way. So if you need to go and scramble or need both your hands free because you're taking a photo or something, they are gone. And if you then want to take them out again, you just pull it out and take the tracking pole back in, and then you can go walking again. Really easy, a very good system. And if you use tracking poles and need to get them out of the way quickly, then this is a really good way to do that. And then there's just one more thing to talk about, and that is the removable lid. So the lid is connected via 2 buckles in the back. You just open these, super quick and easy. There's no playing around with straps or anything. And then you have the lid in your hands and can take it away. Now, one of the things I don't really like about this backpack is that it comes with this flap. The idea is that it protects the opening of the main compartment from rain when you're not using the lid. There's other backpack manufacturers which use similar things, but often these kind of lids are optional. That means you don't need to use them. I don't like to have this extra piece of fabric at the backpack because I always use the lid, because for me it adds so much organizational value that I don't want to take it off. So it's always on there. So this is just extra protection with which I now would be able to protect the inside of the backpack. But yes, honestly, for me those 2 pockets on the lid are so much more worth than this kind of thing, so I always would have that with me, and the 120 grams that the lid weighs are not a big burden for me, so I always have the lid and never this. Alright, that was enough of me talking about the features of the Osprey Exos 48. Let's take a look at a normal packing load that I have in this backpack, so you get an idea of the volume of the 48-liter backpack and see if it would be enough for your kind of backpacking. What I will show you now is the regular amount of kit that I would take on me on a backpacking trip, anything between 3 and 7 nights. I go ultralight, and then I add a lot of camera gear on it, so the whole camera gear portion of what is carried in the backpack usually with me is not shown over here. I think I will need to do an extra video on that in the future, so you have a really good idea of all the amount of kit I carry into the outdoors. But now let's have a look what I have inside of this backpack. So on the top we have the lid. In there I usually have my phone, keys, wallet, the map, snacks for the day. And on the inside, in the mesh pocket over here, I usually have something like spare batteries and my passport, so things that are quite important that I want to have close by. So then I got here food. This is the size of food that is, for example, for a 4-day backpacking trip. So around 3 evening meals, 3 breakfasts, and then snacks for 4 days. A warm puffy jacket because it does get cold. Right now it's around -5 degrees, even if it doesn't look like it. Then I have in one of my cubes my spare garments, so that's usually a long fleece pants, a dry t-shirt, dry underwear and dry socks, because yeah, dry socks in camp is just a super amazing. My very small hygiene kit, so toothbrush and toothpaste and soap for washing up and something to disinfect my hands, as well as toilet paper, and also my first aid kit and my repair kit. There's quite a lot in that small package. Then of course stoves usually vary with me, so in the last couple of trips I have been using this MSR wind boiler, which I do like quite a lot. Super efficient in high winds. Then we got a shelter. Over here I now have a flat tarp made out of keepin fiber that's super ultra light and very, very compact. Then I have a sleeping mat that again depends on the season. In the winter I take something that's more warm and usually bigger, and in the summer I take something that's smaller and lighter. Over here we have my synthetic quilt. I've been using this now for over a year. It's really, really nice. And at the end I still have over here my bivy bag. Sleeping in a tarp, that is a really important piece of kit that I wouldn't go without with. As you see, that's not a lot of kit. There was still a lot of free space inside of the backpack. I will pack it now back up and then you can see how much free space was in there. So this is how empty the Osprey Exos 48 is, with a normal backpacking load and food for 3.5 days. Usually this space would be filled with camera gear if I'm going out. In conclusion, I can say that I really enjoy carrying the Osprey Exos 48, even if it is a little bit heavier than the Osprey Levity, which I also own. The Exos carries just really, really well, especially heavier loads, as we were out in the Pyrenees in October and I was carrying around 17 to 18 kilograms at the beginning of the trip because of all the food. It was not that uncomfortable, and that is so important, I think. Also, the pack sat very nicely and comfortable on my back when we were scrambling up mountains or we're running the valley down a little bit faster than just a stroll. I also like that the side pockets are so easy to access. I can just access them while standing. I don't need to ask anyone to get something out for me. And then I have my water and snacks over there, and then I can just take them out and have them. That's really, really good. Doesn't slow me down. I don't need to stop to get something, so I really like that too. Also, the front pocket has been so big, so after a rainfall or something like that, or when the tent was wet, I could just slip it into the front pocket and had it out of the way, and the inside of the pack stays dry with all my other gear. Well, that's it from me today with the Osprey Exos 48 backpack. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a double thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, because there's more outdoor gear videos and trip reports coming, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts about the Osprey Exos 48. Is that a backpack that you think is something for you, or are you looking for something that's even lighter, or are you looking for a backpack that's heavier? Let me know in the comments. I'm looking forward to read them. Thanks for watching. See you the next time. Peace.